Miss it. Right, Queen G. Hey, Queen, come in, I think, yeah, man. Come in, I think, yeah, Queen, come do your thing. See you guys tomorrow. God is good. Much love and respect.
Are you thirsty for some good songs? Well, thirst no more. Join me, DJ Snow, weekdays from 2 p.m. till 6 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. So let the afternoon flow with me, DJ Snow.
Join Fit FM weeknights at 8 p.m. for News Brief, a compilation of news stories from Trelawney and neighboring parishes provided by credible news sources, with a repeat at 10 a.m. weekday mornings. That's News Brief, weeknights at 8 p.m., with a repeat weekdays at 10 a.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
It's your girl Clover J. Join me weekday mornings 7 to 11 inside Morning Connection, the spot that is jam-packed with features, information, and fun can't done. Come link up, play, and groove to the best music on the planet, right here on Fit FM 96.7. Trelawney's Radio, your life, your music.
You have home repairs or maybe a renovation? How about a fresh coat of paint with a splash of customized color? Visit Carib Sales Hardware in Duncan's Trelawney and let us help you with everything you need for your home. You name it, we have it. Call us at 876-954-2220. Carib Sales Hardware. You name it, we have it.
Mukbang Takeout Restaurant is now open at Kerry Park, Trelawney, off the North Coast Highway, serving your favorite Chinese and vegetarian dishes for lunch and dinner from 11 a.m. daily. Call them at 876-442-8983. Mukbang Takeout Restaurant for the very best in Chinese and vegetarian dishes. It does not get any better than this.
The whispers in the morning.
It's exciting, sometimes romantic, and always informational. It's Love Stories on Fit FM 96.7, Thursdays 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Join me, Queen G, for cutting-edge conversations and advice about love and relationships to spice up your love life. Love Stories, building healthy relationships. Don't miss it.
'Cause I am your lady.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi. How's everyone doing? Oh my God. All right. Yeah, I'm sounding much better. Hey, Radioland, how you doing? This is your girl, Queen G, and you know what time it is. Yeah, you know what time it is. It is time for love stories. Want to big up DJ Snow. Oh, what a good show. Big up yourself, Snow. Every Thursday you got me rocking and jiving. And you played one of my favorite Michael Jacksons just now. And boy, I was dancing with the speaker. And you should have seen me. That's I was whining. Isn't that dancing? It's called movement. Judah, they can't hear you. They can't hear you. I want you to tell.
You were winding down upon the speaker.
But that is movement. It is dancing.
You were gyrating.
You see, the show not even start
yet.
Properly. Yeah, mix me up. Anyways, it's a jam-packed evening. I don't like how I sound, but anyways,
Yeah, man, you sound
may I go up? My sound good? Anyways, as I was saying, big up yourself, DJ Snow. Oh wow, what a wonderful Thursday. Flashback Thursday it is, not so, Jules? All right. Track back. Oh, I like it. Track back Thursday. All right. So I want to say thanks to all the persons who are in tune to Fit 96.7 FM in Trelawney, in St. Anne, in Westmoreland, in Hanover, in St. Elizabeth, wherever you are locking it down via the FM band. Welcome. Listen to me. For the persons who are listening to us on Fit FMJA, that's our website. Thank you for joining us. All right. And for all the persons who are tuning in via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, welcome. Wherever you're locking it down from, welcome to Love Stories. Now, if you follow me on social media, you would know what's happening here this evening, right? So, we are girls, myself, Julia, and all those other ladies who are in tune to Fit FM right now, or regular Love Stories listeners, and for the guests who are joining us, we don't know what men think. So this evening, I am going to be finding out a little bit, spending some time speaking with some wonderful gentlemen who are here with us. But just before we do that, we have some things to do. So let's do this. I want to say to you that I'm grateful that today, July 15, 2021, I get to speak to the heart and minds of a community, which is my audience, that is comprised of wonderful people who intend to get involved in a relationship, those who are dating, and those who are already in a relationship. It's an honor to be given this opportunity to inspire people to build healthy relationships. This is my little contribution to making this world a better place filled with happy people. That's all me wants to, people are happy because I love being happy. All right? When I say I love you more, I don't mean I love you more than you love me. I mean, I love you more than the bad days ahead of us. I love you more than any fight we will ever have. I love you more than the distance between us. I love you more than any obstacle that could try and come between us. I love you the most. Oh my God. Now, when I see these quotes, I have to share them with the people I love. That's you, my listeners. I really have to share them with you. All right. So again, welcome to Love Stories, wherever you're from. I want you to participate in this program this evening. If you ladies have questions, feel free to send them via Facebook Live or YouTube, or you can WhatsApp us at 876-482-4944 or 876-317-1991. And for the persons who are joining us live, you would be seeing something that the persons who are listening can't see. So guess what? I'm not going to be selfish. I'm also going to be sharing with the persons who can't see. Those are the persons who are listening via Fit FM 96.7. And remember, it's your life, your music. It's all about you. So I am going to be introducing the persons who they are able to see so that you can hear what's happening up in here, this evening on Love Stories. So we have a group in the house, 3 wonderful gentlemen, and they comprise the group KRISIS. No, you may say crisis, but not something bad. That I don't power with badness. I power with good people. So KRISIS, we're going to be introducing them, and then we'll talk about them later on, find out how they started and all kind of something. So starting with the man to my far right. Can you just tell us your name, who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Well, good evening, Julian. My name is Knatch Rychus, and I'm an upcoming reggae artist, and I am the KR for the group, KRISIS.
The KR.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we get that. KR for the group KRISIS. So Knatch Rychus.
Yes, ma'am.
So your initials, K and R.
That's
all right. So to your left.
Well, my name is Imar Shephard. Yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter. Someone who use music to motivate, elevate, captivate the minds.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's Imar Shepherd.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I am the IS in the KRISIS.
You are one of the IS in the KRISIS.
It's one of the IS.
One of the IS.
One of the IS.
Right.
All right.
Yes. So we'll hear a little bit more about them later on. So we're moving on to the man closest to my right. Yeah.
Yes, my name is Syte. I'm the person who will be diverting the questions to the other 2 gentlemen.
You think?
No, but differently. I consider myself to be a soulful reggae singer who just intend to use music, like my brothers, to bring some healing, to bring some love, to show a different side to artists in general. And I am the other IS in the group KRISIS.
The other IS.
Yes.
So it's KR, IS, IS. So it's Knatch Rychus, Imar Shephard, and Syte. Got it. No, just before we go into some music, because our listeners are accustomed to some lovey-dovey music here, especially a specific song that I can't get out of my head. I'm in the bathroom and I'm singing the song all week because of Julia. You know that song there? Girl, put your loving on me. Yeah. I've been singing that song all week. Papa Michigan song. Put your loving. We had Papa Michigan on last week. Man, he graced our presence for a couple minutes on the phone, and it was an honor. So big up yourself, Papa Michigan. I know you're always in tune to Fit FM. Yeah, man, bless up yourself. And to all the entertainers who are always tuning in to Fit FM, we appreciate you and we love you. And yeah, man, your time at home. So, KRISIS. My understanding is that one member, that's KR, lives all the way out in Westmoreland where me come from. Right? And IS, for Syte, lives in St. James, which is almost in the middle of the country. And then the other IS, Imar Shephard, lives in Kingston. So they span the entire Jamaica. Now, how did you guys come together, considering that you are living so far apart? How did you come together, and how did you decide to do the song that I'm going to ask you guys to perform shortly?
You're right, man of the talk of what?
That's Syte people. All right, so Syte, let's hear it.
Well, I met Knatch Rychus, and because we are all artists, so we travel, and sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, no, we're all artists in our own rights, and while traveling, doing stage shows and stuff like that, I was introduced to a band called the band Unity, and after I did my first rehearsal, the owner for the place, who incidentally is Knatch's, is a relative of Knatch, and he told me that he has a nephew that he would really love for me to link up with. So I linked up with Knatch, and from there on, we have never lose the link.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Shephard traveled all the way from Kingston to do a show.
Well, what a man can travel to in all over the place. That's one of the things I like about him.
He traveled all the way from Kingston to do a show in Negril. And I traveled from Montego Bay to do the show. Now, Shepherd didn't even get to perform. So it just seems that the main purpose why Shepherds came to the show was just to link up with Syte.
Wow.
Spiritual. Right. So they were both mutual friends of mine since then. Then didn't know each other. But last year, I recorded a song called Warning for 24/7's Productions.
I remember that song.
Right. And when the producer decided to bring more artists on the rhythm, I immediately told him that I have two brothers that I would want to have on the rhythm, and Knatch Record and then Shepherd Record. So they all met each other at the studio, which is Smart Kids Studio in Portmore. And after Smart Kids seeing my song, Knatch's song, and Shepherd's song, he suggested that the producer record something from all three of us, because he loved the energy. He loved the spirituality that he see from each artist. So he suggested it, but even then, we didn't even intend to be a group. It's afterwards that I look at the initials and see that the initials spell crisis. So we said, you know what? We're going to make this thing official.
So you would say it's a spiritual connection.
Right. It is.
Right.
It is.
So why did you guys decide, as each of you are reggae singers, so why not do a hardcore type of reggae tune and thingy? Why Finally Found?
Well, to be honest with you, Crisis, the name Crisis means a turning point. And a turning point can be good and it can be bad. Now, we decide to run with good.
Amen.
And I think in our situation, good shall prevail. So
we voice nice, Lord. One talk.
No, make me blush. No, make me blush. What happened is that Imar Shephard is the ladies man.
No, I'll tell you a story about that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I am at Chatterbox, my son or someplace. I was at an event in Portmore, and this man performing. And if I tell you why I say a fatty dough, anyways, make it stiff one at a time. He had them going. The girls were wild. Trust me. Yeah, man. Continue. I will.
Before we finally found, we did a song by the name of Chalice.
Yeah.
That's after the engineer recommended that we all did a song together. Chalice came out and it did well. Syte now asked me, said, what you think we should do next? And I immediately said something for the ladies. No, when I said that,
so you initiated Finally Found.
Yes, I started that.
For Valentine's.
Well, that was it. Yeah, at that time we were thinking about Valentine's. So immediately diverted that answer to Shepherd, knowing that he's a ladies man.
I know.
Yeah, this thing for the ladies. So what happened is that
might you get the man in trouble?
No man.
Okay.
Right. What happened is that he came up with the rhythm, and he came up with the idea, which is the chorus Finally Found, and we both as brothers just compliment him on that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We've been talking a little about the song, and I'm sure that our listeners who have never ever heard the song must be wondering what I'm talking about in there. This Finally Found and something, and how the man there sing and them does a chat. So guess what, my audience, I'm going to give you the opportunity to hear them do Finally Found, and they're going to be doing it live. Maybe later on we'll be able to play the song itself. But I see a guitar in here, and we have 3 singers in here. So let me take myself kind of out of the way and give them them talkaphone. So they're going to be performing it live for us. Finally Found. You can't play it on the guitar. You want me to clap for you while you sing? Clap. Accompaniment. All right. So just go and say and I clap. You can use it.
Finally found the woman of my dream. think I finally found the one who cared for me. Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cared for me. Give up in my love cause I too many hurt. Whatever since me meet this woman, everything I work. And then the way she fit me right is like my favorite shirt. And then she keep me grounded in the earth. Cause I never know I had such love inside me. Well, respect due to you highly. Woman, not just the way you treat me right, the way you love me and guide me. I'm glad that you're standing beside me. Finally found the woman of my dream. I think I finally found the one who cared for me. Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cared for me. This woman, she full up of beauty and class. Compliment upon her beauty and past. I know that the outside beauty can cost, but a lifetime the inside beauty will last. I know that sex is a factor, but this woman is a woman with character. A virtuous woman was what I'm after. Now if she had the verse, I said me at the chapter. Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cares for me. Again. Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cares for me. Blessings. Since I've got your attention, I could tell you're feeling me. We've got love and affection. I just love the chemistry. I love the way you give me hope. Like no one.
This is Fit FM 96.7. Duncan's Trelawney.
Was solely blessed me with. Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cared for me. I finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cared for me. Yes, I did give up in a love cause I too many hurt. Whatever since me meet this woman, everything I work. And the way she fit me right is like my favorite shirt. And now she keep me grounded in her. Cause I never know I had such love inside me. Well, respect due to you highly. Woman, not just the way you treat me right, the way you love me and guide me. I'm glad that you're standing beside me. Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cared for me. I finally found woman of my dream. I think I finally found the one who cared for me. This woman, she full up of beauty and class. Compliment her on her beauty and past. I know that the outside beauty can cost, but a lifetime the inside beauty will last. I know that sex is a factor, but this woman is a woman with character. A virtuous woman was what I'm after. Now if she had the verse, I said me at the chapter. Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cared for me. I finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cared for me.
This is Fit FM 96.7. Duncan's Trelawney.
Oh my God. I can see it's the studio is on fire, but I can see that, or the persons who are on the live right now, they are on fire. I want to say big up to all the persons who are in tune
Flyer, Facebook Live, yeah. All right. I'm not sure if I was, yes. All right, so finally found, what a song. What a song. Guys, I'm so glad that you decided to do that song, finally found. What's the reception so far from persons who have heard it?
All right. Incidentally, I think this song was officially made a wedding song as recently as last week because a couple, this was their official wedding song. Means KRISIS went in the studio and we did the song specifically for this couple, and it was an amazing event. And this was in Canada.
Right.
And I actually heard that the song was played almost 50 times for the night.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure that after this, I'm sure that persons will be calling for KRISIS to sing this song or their wedding.
And we are ready.
Yes. And you're ready.
We are ready.
All right. Later on, I'll have you shout out your contact details so that persons can actually call you guys for bookings. Because I'm sure that you're ready. Ready. Under the phone. That song got under my skin just now. Not even remember the support center. Anyway, if you just joining us, welcome to Faith FM 96.7. Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah. Finally found. Yeah.
All right. No, too far. All right. Can you put it right? Sounding much better, right? Gotcha. All right. So now that we've heard the song, and we know that they're not only here to perform because this is love stories, and I definitely like to talk about relationship. Anybody knows me knows that. Don't know, we may be having some technical issues. Lady Jules. All right. So, all right, we good? All right. So let me get back to what we were talking about. Me I tell the finally phone really knocked things out of me. All right. So I'm going to be reading an article, right? As I said before, we're going to be having discussion about relationship. I can tell you, though you might have seen me promoting the program for the persons who follow me online, these gentlemen have no idea what it is that we're going to be talking about. So, Knatch especially, Knatch Rychus, is kind of nervous because
I'm not nervous.
You're not nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. I'm just a little bit
curious.
Curious.
Yeah, curious.
So, what's the difference?
I think nervous wouldn't mean that you have something to hide when I don't.
Not
but,
necessarily. Not necessarily. In this case? Oh, because I sometimes get nervous. It doesn't mean that I have something to hide.
Well,
I mean that I may not be that confident about what I'm doing. Don't mean I'm hiding something.
If you're not confident about something, then that means something is wrong.
Something is wrong.
You should be confident about
all right.
yourself.
Let's get into it and see what's up. Let's get into it and see what's up. So, guys, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be reading an article about understanding men in relationship. And it's speaking about 7 truths about how guys think. Now, we ladies, we really need to know, because sometimes I don't think I even know what I want or what to think. But let's hear what's happening. So while I know that you are all musicians and none of you are psychologists, we all are experts in our own rights. As we have experienced or heard stories about these issues that will be dealt with this evening. All right. Any of you here who have never ever been in a love relationship? Put up your hands. Let me see. Or shout it out. Let me hear. Never been in a love relationship. We're not virgin. Can I say that on radio? I just did. Anyways, No answer, so that means we've all been in romantic relationships. So we ladies need to hear how you men think. So let's see how much we can learn from you in less than 2 hours. All right. So as I said before, I'm going to be reading, and this article is from I love to go to mindbodygreen.com. So let me start, and then we'll be discussing whatever I'll be talking about, I'll be reading. So while it's loading, finally found, I think only one can sing, the man of my dreams. Julia, you can say the same? No? I can dream about it, don't? Right. So here we go. And this article was published on February 28, 2020. It says, why do men, wow, what a question it starts with. Why do men need space in relationship? And we are jumping right into it. Now, this question is at the top of the article, and I'm going to be asking these gentlemen the question, why do men need space in relationships? And I want to hear from all three of you. So all who did a plan for pass on the question to other members? Too bad. But I need to hear it from each of you, your perspective on the question, why do men need space in relationship? It doesn't mean anything is wrong, so feel free to be open.
All right.
Syte is taking the lead.
Yeah, and give my brothers a second to settle down. Yeah. Well, for me, it's not sometimes, even though as a couple, you're seen as being one, but truthfully, you're both two different individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are times when you or the females will need space to do whatever they do, and there are times when women will need our space. I, for one, I am a very quiet person. I am a very observant person, and sometimes being alone don't mean, or just wanting space don't mean I only want to be away from my spouse, but sometimes I just want to be alone in general. And because my spouse probably be the one who is in my immediate surrounding or my immediate circle, you know, it might just feel as if I want space from her, which is not necessarily the case. Sometimes for me, I just want to be in my alone space in general.
Okay. Okay.
That's me.
Imar, Shephard really want to tell us, yes.
Well, as I explained before, I'm a singer, songwriter, and sometimes I just need a little time away, you know. Sometimes I take the time out to go in the mountains, you know, to meditate. You understand? Sometimes we go to the studio and, you know, get a rhythm, and it's a little bit difficult, you understand, to get round. You understand? You need the time out to reflect back on life itself, reflect back on inspirations. You understand? Yes. So that is one. Beside that, you know, it was said that too much of one thing good for nothing. You know what I mean? So sometimes it pays. Yeah. You know, sometimes it pays to, you know, take a little time for yourself, alone time, you know, to, you know, all the vibes to, you know.
Yes.
And sometimes when, what I find out is that when you take the time out for yourself, you see a lot, you know, you hear a lot, you know what I mean? So in general, people just need a little time for themselves. It's just a general thing. Yeah.
All right, I'm our Shepherd. Moving on to Knatch Rychus.
Most of what he said, and
he? Most of what both of them said,
and some of what I must say.
Okay.
But I think men in general need space for various reasons. For me personally, why I said some of what he said is because I'm an artist as well.
Some of what?
Imar, Shephard.
Imar,
yeah.
Right.
I'm an artist as well, and sometimes I do need space to write. I do need space to think, and needing space doesn't mean that you're about to do bad or you're going to do something wrong. You know, you can be taking that space to evaluate the relationship that you're in. and where you want it to go, the direction you want it to take.
Right.
And sometimes a person being in your space, not all of us can think with a person right there, because then, relationship is you sharing my space, I sharing your space.
Exactly.
Not everybody can think things thoroughly when a person is directly in your space. So sometimes, for various reasons, but for me, I do take the time because I need to just evaluate what I have and to make better choices.
All right. Just before I continue reading, on the same question, I understand exactly what you all three said, and I can see it, especially from the point of view that you are singers, you're writers, and you said something that's very important. Sometimes we need to just take a step back to evaluate where we are in life, especially in our relationship, and to figure out where we want to go. So, is it that you just decide to take the space, or is it that you've discussed it with your partners? Do you get resistance? Do you get understanding? How does it work?
And before I answer that, I'm gonna can I put in a disclaimer?
Yeah, kind of identify.
You see, this is Iysh side.
Right,
Yeah, for those who
artists
can't see, this is Iysh side. For those who need space to do all manner of evil, you're gonna have to come on the program and explain that yourself. Yes. So we are just making that clear. We are not talking on because I'm not to divert from the question, but sometimes males use space not only to cheat but get into wrongs, and sometimes there are family members who are seriously affected because of your secrecy, gang, violence, and stuff like that. Without not only their spouse, but no one else knows what they are getting into until they're actually into it and it reaches their doorstep. So I'm just putting that out there.
Yes. Yes.
And back to what you asked, the follow-up questions. Sometimes for one, I can speak for myself. I do get resistance. Because a lot of times I smile a lot, and a lot of people call me Jinal. So I get a lot of resistance. If I need space, I always get resistance. And I think it all comes down to understanding, because I think that is a very, very key issue in relationship.
And just before you go further,
each other.
Yesterday, one of my colleagues said something very vital here on Healing Moments yesterday. Dr. Asher, I think she's on listening now. We always say that communication is key. But, all right, somebody I get called because somebody said the wrong thing, I guess. All right, but she said what you said.
Yeah.
Understanding. Yeah, because even if you're communicating, you don't necessarily have to be understanding.
Right.
So if it is that you're communicating that you need some space, if you do not let your partner understand your reason, because sometimes from a female perspective, we can resent the fact that you want your space like that because you're not clear with the reason. You understand me? Boy, babes, I just want some space, because right now my head hot, or right now whatever. That is no way to talk. You have to make the person understand.
Right. And it's sometimes it's not what you say, it's how and when and in the context.
Thank you.
Of how you say it. Because if you're with your spouse and this is the person who you love and is spending quality time with, you must understand the person to a level to know that if I say it this way, say me just want some space. It's different from saying, give me a few minutes, or I'm just walking out by the road and come back, or something. It's different.
Right.
So sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and in the context of and it goes back to understand it.
All right. So just before I get an answer from Imar Shephard and Knatch Rychus, who are raring to answer the follow-up question. I just want to acknowledge the presence of the persons who are on Facebook or Facebook Live. Oh my God. And I'm going to ask our producer to check out the YouTube Live as well. So we have Christine Randall, who is saying, share, people. I like you. I love you, Christine. I love you. Share the thing, people, yeah, to invite others so that they too can come and listen and participate as well. All right, so Imara Stewart is on, as he does every week. He's saying, Julia, watch her. Watch her. Watch me with what? I'm having fun. I have 3 men up in here. I'm always single. I know I have 3 men. And you tell her to watch me? It's all right. I'm all right. I still love you. Jay McCarthy. I don't know what this person found funny, but Jay is dying with laughter. DWL, dead with laugh. All right. Jedepus. This? Cunningham. Jedepus Cunningham. I hope I pronounce it right. Trouble there, they know. I don't know. We're not trouble. But, yeah. All right. Oh, my artist from Boston, Massachusetts. I hope I said the word right because I have a problem with it. Jarika, big up himself all the way from Boston in the US. He's saying alone time give clarity in meditation. Yes. And yeah, them man are deep in a spirituality too. You understand? All right. So Patrick Cross and Dr. Asher. Oh, they are watching. Big up yourselves. All righty. Jay McCarthy is saying right answer from the 3 artists' perspective. Philip Grant says skillful. You see too? Then walk right on the question and them protect. But who wouldn't, Philip? Very skillful. Lorna Atried said yes. She's saying the delivery is wrong. Not sure which, but all right. Kevin Hill, big up yourself. So Kevin, you guys are going to tell us who Kevin is. He's saying up top, big up yourself, bossy. Yeah, Mike Dishman sending love. And I said, so a pure love, I go up in the seat. Pure love emoji, I go up. All right, so Mike Dishman is also saying blessings, Kev. Kevin said problem. Me don't know what the problem there. I phone life. Me don't know. Me good. Cam Booster is saying KRISIS group. So intelligent. That's why I have them on here, goody. Them very, very intelligent from a long time. All right. So, guys. Yeah. Continue.
All right. Let me try and see if we can fix the trouble now.
Fix it.
All right. Well, the thing about it, for me, to me, love is understanding. You know what I mean? And if me want a little time out, it don't necessarily mean that my spouse need a little time out.
But do you explain it?
Yeah, so as me say, love is understanding. If it's a case where me feel or see that she miserable or and need a little attention while me need a little time out, well, no, some compromise have to go on there. You know what I mean? It can't hurt me if I spend an extra hour or 1 extra 2 hours. You understand? Talking to her, comforting her, and showing her love. And you know, think about it. In general, most of the time, women need a strong man. Them need a lion to look up to. You understand? I mean, yeah, majority of the time.
Explain that for me, please. Because Julia, in your role like that, my antenna turn up long time, strong man to look up to.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you mean by that, honey?
Well, at the end of the day, to each his own. And, you know, some woman would, I'm sure some woman would say, no, that's not the case. But, you know, majority of the time, women want a man to look up to, somebody who can lead, you know, a leader in the home.
Okay.
Yeah, me prove that. You understand?
Okay.
One of the reasons why I say that is that, you know, most of the time, a woman make a decision based on them emotions. You know what I mean? Man have a way for just, you know, all of consciousness, think about it, think before them talk and all these things. So
remember,
at the end of the day,
we're talking about how men think. You know what the brother say?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, You know, it's all come down to understanding. It's all come down to love. It's all come down to sharing. It's all come down to caring. You understand, for each other. That's the bottom line. Yeah.
All right. Knatch Rychus.
As it relates to resistance, all right, I'm happily married. I must pick up my wife.
Oh, you mean, yeah.
Bless up, mommy, bless up.
She's a good singer.
Yes.
Is she the lady with you who was singing happy birthday to?
Yes.
What's the birthday?
Yeah,
to Kevin.
Yeah.
Mama, I tell you, yeah, I forgot to do something with her.
Yeah, man, I get that a lot. And
she can sing.
We've already sat and discussed it, so I don't want to go too far.
All right.
But, as it relates to resistance, I do get that. Irrespective of the fact that she's understanding and know about music. From time to time, we are all human. And even though you're communicating it to the person at times, then it don't mean that the person have to understand immediately. Because what happens is that she could be going through something as well.
That is why Syte said time, place,
that's true,
and context.
So, and for me, I think communication is key. And once you communicate to the person
with understanding,
you should look for a response, and you also should have understanding,
right,
in respect to the response that you are given. So that for me, I don't think I get much resistance, but I do, because as I said, we're all human.
All human.
Yeah.
And I do understand that. Yeah, I do understand that. All right. So going to the next question. It doesn't matter who starts, though, as long as I get my answers. Repeat, please. Can you do it for me? Yes. I just want you, Julia, you know something like draw you in there. Anyways, all right, let me read them. They come in so fast. All right. Donut Salt Powell says mad. Christine Randall said NASA. I wonder what she said NASA about and a laugh. Lion, yes. Kabusta. All right, and wifey. Mrs. Cunningham said, look up to? Oh, you mean? Someone asked a question. Come here, you have the same thing. She have a ton load of questions behind that. Look up to? And if you ever saw the face, emoji face, don't stay good. Be glad whenever you say do not. Trust me, it's not right to say it. Remember that. All right. Donut says family for real. Going right down. Lana Atride says, yes, we are the natures of the lion's den. All right. Wallace Smith says, Imar, don't hang yourself, youth. And that in the day, I don't know. For real. But we can't stop him. Me not stop him because me want your men think. All right. So he's saying, don't hang yourself, youth. These ladies nowadays, independent, have their own money, non-tech, no chattings. And that is not totally true. That is not totally true. Some of us behave like we're independent, and we're definitely not. Because if we were that independent, then if a man say, yo, we want to go chill out, we'll not just say, go on, babes. You understand? But we are, as somebody has here said before, we are emotional beings. And we just like when you explain things to us. Let us understand it properly. We're not idiots. You understand me? Let us understand it properly. So the man I want you, yo, but don't make because I am, answer my question them straight and proper. All right. Talk the truth. All right. Mrs. Cunningham says, us ladies have to remind our men that we are humans. And it boils down to whether we do it with understanding and when we do it, the context. So it comes right back. You don't mean that what they say no makes sense. But these points, we have to come back to them because it makes sense. It's when you do it, how you do it, what is happening at the time, and how you say it. Yeah. The context. Yeah. All right. Want to say big up to all the persons who are locking on. Yeah. Welcome on the Facebook Live. If you're on the YouTube Live, welcome. If you're logging it down via our website, fitfmja.com, or if you're in tune on the FM band, welcome to to Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. We are talking with the group KRISIS. They're a musical group. They're not psychologists, but they're men, and I want to hear how men think. All right, so we're chatting, and later on, we're going to be taking some more music from them. We're doing live music. I love that. Yeah, anybody know me? Know that I love concerts. All right. So moving on, the next question in the article is asking, why do they get, what time of night now though? Why do they get distant? No, we're talking about men. Why do they get distant after sex or pull away when they are falling in love? No, I don't really want you to answer the part about sex because me understand that. We're not just weak and love drop asleep. Anyways, let's... You know why? You beg to differ? Well, defend yourself, Parry, because my reading never will get into it with you. But true, not right. Just enough, him saying beg to differ.
No, I beg to differ because, to be honest with you, not all of us are weak. And not all of us fall asleep after that, after doing that, you know. Some of us love to cuddle, and I want to big up all the men out there who love to cuddle their spouse and let them feel good. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I defend that.
Oh my God! So I Syte.
Pass it to me.
All right, but about the falling in love. On a whole, I know of a fact. I probably have not experienced it, but I know of a fact that there are some men when they are getting really deep into a relationship, they tend to fall back. Is it that I know you're not psychologist, but do you think it's a psychological problem? What do you think would cause that? I know that you guys are not really, you know, those kind of men, but we know it exists. Why do you think they would want to do that? They're falling in love, but then they're pulling away.
I think the main reason is just afraid of being hurt.
I Syte. Hurt? How hurt come this? So you're
Because,
falling in love, but
yeah, you're falling in love, but then you have a whole bunch of questions in the back of your head. Wonder if this person feels the same way. Wonder if this person is gonna be loyal. Wonder if I give my all, then what am I getting in return, and all these things. So to me, it's just the fear of being hurt. You are in love with someone. You're going to be devoting your entire life at this moment to that person and with that person. And maybe you just have some feeling that, or you just need to get some things clear that to let you know that yes, this person is with you 100%. And whatever you do for them, for her, well, she will do it for you just the same.
But where do you think that fear comes from? Because you're going into something and it must be a reason why you're falling in love with this person. So the fact that you are even thinking all those thoughts, because sometimes we just think and drive ourselves crazy. Where do you think that fear came from if it is that you're falling for this person? And if you're falling for the person, it must be that you see this person as a good person, somebody you want to be with. So where does fear come from?
Sometimes it's from the past.
Amen.
And then 1 second, Shep, and then
Shep really
yeah, man, I just need to say one thing. You know, a lot of time it's coming from the past, but you must try and remember you cannot get yesterday, today, and tomorrow in the same place.
Thank you.
So let the past be the past. If you're with someone now who you love and you feel like you want to devote your life to that someone, go ahead, as long as you're not loving them more than God and yourself.
Before you do that, there's something that has to be done. But let Imar, him well want answer the question. Let Imar speak for me there.
Well, what happens sometimes the relationship, it start off very good, you know. But as you go along, you see certain attitude and certain behavior start display. You say, wait, no, you have to draw back, you have to reserve yourself, you know, and, you know, think about certain things. And in order to do that, you know, sometimes you have to pull back. You know what I mean? It's that simple.
Simple.
Yeah.
All right. Knatch?
Everybody looking at me like I am the troublemaker. But sometimes I think, and I'm talking out of just speculating because I can't speak for all men.
Right.
You understand? But I think sometimes they themselves are afraid of hurting that person. Because some of these men know in themselves that they're not ready for a serious relationship.
That too.
You understand? And instead of sitting down and talking to their partner and talk about it, then they tend to run away and shy away from it. You know, but I think as it come back down as just a communication.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
And to me, it takes more than communication, because going back to Syte's response, fear.
Yeah.
Fear means that you are thinking about something that you've experienced before.
True.
And I do believe that when you are in a relationship that is it doesn't suit you, and you get out of that relationship, I think that before you get into another relationship, you need to heal yourself.
Yeah.
You have to heal yourself, because at the end of the day, we all deserve good.
True.
And you're going to deprive yourself of goodness if you are falling in love and pulling back.
True.
Because of fear. So you are afraid that this lady is going to be doing all the things that your past relationships did to you. You need to sort out yourself. And I would appreciate, I want all the men out there who are think about looking Queen G, think about this. I would appreciate if you are going through that kind of situation, come look me, heal yourself first. Because guess what happened? He is not only, as Knatch said, he's not only preventing hurt for himself, but hurt for the person too.
Yeah.
So don't come to me until you heal yourself, because it is necessary. Otherwise, your relationship when you start is going to be terrible.
True.
Oh Lord, I'm being live on Instagram too.
Everywhere.
Big up to all the persons who are tuning in on Instagram. Oh my, I'm popular now. All right, so Jules, I'm gonna ask you a favor. Julia, my producer, can you please read some of those comments from Facebook and something? I can't keep up. Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. Give her a beating. Give her a beating.
Okay, I see Donut Salt Powell. Donut Salt Powell. Let me see here. As men, we need to stop thinking with our.
I know. All right. I got you.
Yes. Okay. Hi, Cam. Cam Booster, how are you? Okay, let me see now. And as she's responding to Philip Grant, saying, Philip Grant, some are young and haven't experienced a lot yet.
Right.
So our Facebook viewers, they're interacting with each other.
That's good.
You know, they're interacting with each other. And I see where Lorna tried. I hope I got that right.
I know.
At this age, we're not thinking of house, land, or should you say, me just want a companion. Lord, at what age? At this age, I don't know. We've been saying so many things, you know?
Right, so we're kind of not following.
Okay, and Dr. Asher is saying, if the past is not healed, it will bleed on the present.
Exactly.
All right, so we're talking about healing there.
So big up yourself, Dr. Asher from Healing Moments.
Okay.
You can tune in on Wednesdays, 6 to 8
o'clock, right?
For Dr. Asher right here on Fit FM.
Yes.
All right. My girl, let's know.
Let me tell you. I see, she tells us 20 seconds.
I mean, like 20
No,
Julia.
Okay. All right.
Remember your mom and I spoke today?
Yes.
And she said, must be yourself.
All right, you too.
And any man out there trying to look Julia, I have to bring it to her mom because she have to big up yourself, mommy. I know you're listening, and I'm delivering the message. I never remember. It's just she reminded me just now. Anyways, continue.
All right, Nurse Meekle, I hear you. Okay, and Rosalie Chung says sometimes it's the woman that is moving too fast, not the man pulling back. It just seems,
That's another spin on it. That makes sense.
Okay, so enough big up to KRISIS in the house. Big up. All right, enough big up.
And just to discuss that a little.
Fast.
Just to discuss that a little. It's for real. Sometimes men, we're dating and they're at a level and all of a sudden the man pop up. So when we get married, so I understand what you mean. Or when we are moving, when can I meet your mom? We probably not reached that level yet. And you see, us ladies, if we can't get to meet your mother, we don't believe so you're serious. Yep. But I don't know how you guys think about that. I need to know how men think. That part. Do you have to meet the mom before you go further into the relationship?
Well, not necessarily. Think about it. What if the mom die? Unfortunately.
Well,
what if that
let's speak about the mom is alive.
Yeah.
The mom is alive. Let's talk about.
At the end of the day, it comes down to what me and you share
Uh-huh.
as an individual. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, it have nothing to do with meeting mom. Yeah, it would be nice for me. Me as a family man. Yeah, I mean, love to know my
Mhm.
empress, mom.
Mhm.
Yeah, her background, because I do believe that when you take the time out to know a woman background, it
Mhm.
helps. It helps to know who you're dealing
Yeah.
with. You
You know,
understand?
I'm thinking about the person
Yeah.
who say, stop hang yourself. You know what? I just love Imar responses.
Yeah.
I love him answer them.
Yeah.
He really don't care like that. I joke. Him care.
No, it's not
but,
about
but it's not about the go around the corner and beat around the bush.
No, I'm straight
Straight.
forward.
You know what I mean? I don't say them go on corner and beat around bush. But if I were like Knatch, we're married. And I don't know if homeboy is married, I suspect, come here and say spouse. Well, we have to be a little careful for real.
Well,
But I don't know about you.
well, in this case, more and pass over the mic.
All right. For me, all right. First up, if I'm going to be hesitant about you meeting my parents, something is wrong. Because I want to meet your parents, and I want to see how you interact with your parents, because that is going to tell a lot about you. And I would want you to see me and how I treat my parents.
Yep.
So you can have a better understanding of the person I am and where I'm coming from. So if I'm going to be hesitant about you meeting my parents, then the relationship is not onto a good start, because that means for me that there is something that we need to fix before we go to that point. But I have no problem with my spouse meeting my parents. I actually love that.
All right. I want Imar Shephard to do a specific song for me, one of my favorite songs. Sure. And he has a version of it. It's called Hero. But just before we get that, and I'm sure that your brothers are going to harmonize, and I'm going to be clapping and screaming and thumping and shouting and everything. But let's read this. It says, men and women are not intrinsically different. Culturally, we do tend to raise boys and girls differently. Boys are rewarded for their being tough and adventurous, while girls are rewarded for being good caretakers. Research shows parents use more words about emotions with their daughters, supporting better emotional intelligence, and more words about spatial objects with their sons, supporting better STEM skills. That stuff all sticks with us and affects the kinds of people men and women grow up to be. They might distract me, so you can't talk to them. Different genders are socialized differently and, generally speaking, often have different societal expectations, explains Jessica, sex therapist and director at the Gender Sexuality Therapy Center. Of course, people push back on the ways in which their world is trying to socialize them and push back on those expectations. However, this difference could have impacts on how people think, interact, and navigate the world. That means the differences between men and women are not inherent. Women are not naturally better at talking about their feelings, and men are not naturally more logical. It's important not to make assumptions about what your man is and isn't capable of based on his gender, nor to pigeonhole him into certain stereotypes. Don't assume how he feels about things just because he's a man. And I think we do that all the time. And this is why we talk about wanting to know how men think and feel. It's not that different. We may say things differently, but most of the time, emotionally, you guys don't really show emotion. A lot of men, I know some who do. Some men will cry, some men will speak their mind or whatever. Some just tough it out based on what this is saying. And it's all about how we are cultured. It's about, parenting. So the boys are expected to be tough, and it's okay for the girls to show emotion. And maybe this is this is why we relate the way we relate in relationships. What say you?
Well, I think that's true. As the article says, this is how you parent your child or children. And what happens is that in our society, boys aren't taught to be emotional. You must think like a man, tough. You must be tough. I mean, girls on the other hand get the whole training of being emotional. A girl is allowed to cry. A boy is not allowed to cry. So kudos to those who allow their children or their child to lean on that side with that boy or girl, because I think we're emotional being, both man and woman, and I think we should allow to express our emotions. Really and truly, I really would agree with the article saying that the way you raise your child, whether it be boy or girl, do impact how he or she behave in the relationship. So it brings us back to knowing a person's background,
right?
Knowing their mother, knowing how they behave around their parents,
and their siblings,
and where they're coming from, because then you would see little things that you can use to judge.
Right.
I'm not saying that you should judge people, please.
No, but I understand what you're saying.
You see little things that you can use to judge.
To know what to expect.
Yeah, so I really do think how you grow your child do affect relationship.
Right. Yeah. I like when a man is vulnerable, because he expresses himself in a way that makes me want to, just cuddle him and be, I don't like too much of a macho man. I mean, you must be able to defend me if I'm but we're talking about stuff, and nothing is wrong if you're emotional, because you and I are in a relationship. We're supposed to understand each other. We're supposed to be supportive of each other. So if can you imagine if I have a man and he's sharing something with me and breaks down a bit, I'm gonna say, my youth, what you about for? Him should I leave me same time? Like, seriously, that's how I think. That's how I think. And this is why society believes that men thinks differently from women because of the expectations.
Right. Right. And I have no problem, really. I'm a very emotional person.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. I will cry, and I will talk. And it's just that at the end of it, we're all human beings.
Amen.
With feelings. And just as though sometimes the ladies, after a difficult day, they would just want to sit and cuddle and talk. We men go through that too. Sometimes, we just want to lie down and get we here playing and all of them and just take our mind away from what is affecting us mentally for a minute. So I have no problem showing emotions, and it's a little I won't say sad, but I think we have passed the stage where parents, it still exists, where boys are expected to be tough,
and most of the times it's the men who expects the boys or train them to be like that. So you guys have to start with changing that, because I don't want no tough man.
No, he must know how to balance, because life is a balance.
Life is a balance.
Yes.
So you have to train him to be
right.
balanced.
There will be times when the male needs to be firm, and there are times when you just need to be relaxed and be humbled. And I have kids. And I tell my kids every day that I love them, both sons and daughter. And a lot of males don't do that with their sons.
And another thing, it is important that your sons are able to come and speak with you about their problems, ask you questions, and say, a girl think that, and them something. Talk to the boy.
Yeah, I have a son who is 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And
I see you all.
right,
Right. Yeah,
yes.
all the things really look
Any
good.
sign of problem, he knows that he can take up his phone and call daddy, and we can talk about anything. Because as parents, we are the first teachers.
Amen.
Yeah, and we should be the first go-to stop. So you shouldn't grow your child in a way that me can't talk to daddy about this, cause he go think me soft. And no, you should grow your kids in a way that they can approach you and talk to you just about
That
anything.
is very important. That is very important, because if not, they're going to find other persons to talk to, or they're going to start do drugs, or they're going to start resent you, and they're going to treat people pitting out there in some derogatory way. And it is us as parents who has to make the changes. You have to culture them the right way.
Yep.
And since you know the right way, do the right, and stop telling the boy about, boy, go sit down about your ball, go tough it out.
Right.
No, it's not right. It's not right. And then when they start to, engage in romantic relationship, that's what they bring to the relationship.
And you know what? It's worse when you do it in public. When you tell a little boy, where you ball for? You're a girl, and you do it around his friends or siblings or other people. That's kind of humiliating. It's shameful. And you're sending that child right back into a shell.
I know what you mean.
So they're gonna grow up very secretive, and they're gonna be secretive from you. And when they reach a stage where they start having relationships, they're going to be very secretive in their relationships also.
And at this point, my heroes, oh yeah, thanks for those answers. So my heroes are going to be taking it away, as I requested earlier, for Imar Shephard to do his single Hero, and of course his brothers are going to join in. Here we go. Hero, Imar Shephard.
Would you dance if I ask you to dance? Would you run, never look back? Would you cry if you saw me crying? Would you save my soul tonight? Would you tremble if I touch your lips? Would you laugh? Oh, please tell me this. Now would you die for the one you love? Hold me in your arms tonight. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away your pain. I will stand by you forever. You can take my breath away. Would you swear that you always be mine? Would you lie? Would you run at night? Am I in too deep? Have I lost my mind? Well, I don't care. You're here tonight. I can be be your hero, baby. I will where you feel. Come on, sing for me. I will stand by you forever. Oh, you can take my breath away. Oh, I just wanna hold you. Yeah. Oh, baby, it's time I representing you. Would you dance if I ask you to dance? Would you run and never look back? Would you cry if you saw me crying? Would you save my soul tonight? Would you tremble if I touch your lips? Would you laugh? Oh, please tell me this. No, would you die for the one you love? Only in your arms tonight. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can take my breath away. You swear that you always be mine. Or would you lie? Would you run and hide? Am I in too deep? Have I lost my mind? Well, I don't care. You're here tonight. Yeah. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can't take my breath away. Oh, I just wanna.
This is Fit FM 96.7. Duncan Trelawney.
I'm all representing you. Would you dance if I ask you to dance? Would you run and never look back? Would you cry if you saw me crying? Would you save my soul tonight? Would you tremble if I touch your lips? Would you laugh? Oh, please tell me this. No, would you die for the one you love? Only in your arms tonight. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can't take my breath away.
This is Fit FM 96.7. Duncan Trelawney.
You swear that you always be mine. Or would you lie? Would you run and hide? Am I in too deep? Have I lost my mind? Well, I don't care. You're here tonight. Yeah. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can stay my breath away.
This is Fit FM.
Fit FM 96.7.
96.7.
Duncan Streloni.
Duncan Streloni.
Since I've got your attention, I could tell you're feeling me. We've got love and affection. I just love the chemistry. I love the way you give me hope like no one has ever did. I thank the Lord for this harmony, beautiful soul He blessed me with. Finally found the woman of my dream. I think I finally found the one who cares for me. I finally found the woman of my dream. I think I finally found the one who cares for me.
Yes, I did give up in the love cause I too many hurt. But ever since me meet this woman, everything I work. And the way she fit me right is like my favorite shirt. And now she keep me down getting hurt. Cause I never know I had such love inside me. Well, respect you to you highly. Woman, not just the way you treat me right, the way you love me and guide me. I'm glad that you're standing beside me.
Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cares for me. I finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cares for me.
This woman, she full up of beauty and class. Compliment her on her beauty and past. I know that the outside beauty can cost, but a lifetime the inside beauty will last. I know that sex is a factor, but this woman is a woman with character. A 31st woman was what I'm after. Now which she a the verse, I cite me a the chapter.
Finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cares for me. I finally found the woman of my dreams. I think I finally found the one who cares for me.
Oh, wow. What a musical feast. What a musical feast. This is when you make a request and then you get what you want. You get what you asked for and then you get brought up. Oh, what more can a girl ask for? If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Queen G. It is Love Stories. And you're in tune to Fit FM 96.7. If you're locking it down via the internet, welcome. Oh, my God. I'm having a good time up in here with these three wonderful men. We're talking about how men think and feel. But what I'm learning is that they don't necessarily think and feel much different from us girls. But yeah, because of how they're cultured, they do some things differently. All right, so I'm going to be continuing to read the article from mindbodygreen.com. All right, remember that we're talking about 7 truths about how guys think, but in the interest of time, we're just going to be talking about a few of these points. So there's much that we said earlier. And this article is agreeing with almost everything that we said. As a matter of fact, we're going to be reading this one that says some men need space, and it's not because they're falling in love. All right. Some men need space, and it's not because they're falling in love. Let me see what this said. There's a pervasive cultural myth that men are mean or act distant when they like you
or that men pull away when they are falling in love. You know, honestly, I never experienced them kind of man there. But this is another one of those convenient excuses. We tell ourselves that when someone is pulling away, it's because they like us too much. It's easier to believe that than just to admit that they might not be as interested in you as you thought. Oh my God. If your boyfriend or partner asks for space, ask them what they mean by that and why they need it. It's totally normal to want alone time in a relationship, but you shouldn't make assumptions about why they need it. Ask for clarity about what your man is experiencing when he asks for space so that you can better understand what they need and whether you're able to give it to him. If you're feeling lonely in your relationship, you can tell him that. Open and honest communication is key to figuring out the best way to approach these situations so that everybody's needs are being met. Another point is some men fear commitment and intimacy. If you fear them someday, just tell persons that you want to date. Don't give persons the impression that you want to get into one of them lovey-dovey marriages and them kind of hookup thingy where you live together. All right. So do women. So it says some men fear commitment and intimacy, and so do some women. This isn't gender specific. So this proves the point what I've been trying to say all along. We are not all that different. We may do things just a bit differently, but we're not all that different. So because it's really scary to be that vulnerable. When you are falling in love, you have the possibility of getting hurt. Yeah. Some people instinctively run away from serious relationships because they're too afraid of that possibility of heartbreak. Again, it's easier to choose to leave yourself than to suffer through a possible rejection. This behavior is common among people with an avoidant attachment style. Your attachment style is your way of behaving in relationships, and it's shaped based on your earliest interactions with your first caregiver. That's what we were saying, right, guys? All right. So the three main adult attachment styles are secure attachment. You can easily love and be loved by others. Anxious attachment style. You tend to need a lot of attention and validation to feel love. And avoidant attachment style. You tend to need a lot of space and can feel suffocated in relationships. Some research suggests men are more likely to develop an avoidant attachment style, potentially because of the aforementioned differences in how boys and girls are treated in childhood. Generally speaking, I don't think men are afraid of commitment, Khan adds. One could argue that because masculinity can be associated with not being vulnerable and commitment and intimacy involve vulnerability, that some men may appear or experience fear or resistance to commitment. All of this we've been saying all evening. All right. Another point is men aren't encouraged to engage with their feelings. We said that earlier too. It's not true that men don't talk about their emotions, Khan says. That's just another stereotype we have. And unfortunately, it becomes a bit of self-fulfilling prophecy. As a therapist, I talk to men all the time about their emotions, he explains. With that said, a lot of men I've worked with communicate feeling pressure or being socialized to avoid talking about sadness, emotional pain, relationship or emotional hardship, vulnerability, and any emotions that they have internalized as weak. If you're with a man, ladies, if you're with a man who struggles to talk about his emotions, be gentle and encouraging with him. Because a lot of ladies, all we do is just judge the man them. We don't try to be understanding. We don't try to figure out what the problem is, to support them, to help them along the way so that, they can make changes for the better. We just judge them, so I'm going like say, we not have issues too. Anyways, let me shut up before one of them clobber me. All right? Ask him questions that help him open up and express gratitude when he does, even if his feelings are difficult for you to hear. Give him positive reinforcement when he does talk about his feelings so that he knows he's safe with you. And right there, so I want to stick a point. If you're in a relationship and your partner doesn't feel safe, don't expect them to open up to you. If you are one of these persons who your partner express a particular situation, especially something from the past, and you run gun share it with everybody else because you don't know how to deal with your affairs at home, then your partner will not be open to you. And as I said before, if you're one of them persons who a person is being vulnerable, expressing their feelings, being emotional, and you see it as weakness, then you don't even deserve that partner. You need healing. You yourself need healing to know how to deal with men who are in those situations. Them have a way for say note to self. Yeah. Note to self. Anyways, guys, what do you feel? Do you think that us ladies are grateful enough? Do we express our gratitude for having you in our lives, for the little things that you do, things that, you really put a whole lot into, but we see as small? What do you think? Well, what you want Knatch first for answer?
Well,
what you want to put it on the spot?
As I am always the one to be put on the spot, but I mean, to be honest with you, you have good women out there who do show their appreciation and tell us that they appreciate us, and you have some who really don't see what is right in front of them until it's gone. So I want to tell the ones out there, the women out there who are taking the time out to appreciate their men and telling them that they love them. I want to tell you all thanks, and we appreciate you as well. But I think it's a bit of fluctuation. We have some who does it and some don't. Yeah,
like everything else.
True.
Right. Why Imar Shephard ducking the answer? I question you. I want one for you.
Look here. From evening, you try to protect me. No, why you show me how to the lioness them?
Full time. Yes.
All right. The thing about it, when it comes on to the woman, yeah, we just need to be ourselves. You understand? Whenever you enter into a relationship, be true to yourself, be true to your woman. You know what I mean? Sometimes what we find is that when you start lie, it's like automatically you have to continue lie.
Oh yeah.
You understand? So I'm saying be truthful.
Talking from experience?
Yeah.
Experience?
No, not necessarily. Yeah.
Don't tell me you don't lie. No. I lie. We all lie.
Well, me always say, if I have to save your life,
that kind of lie I'm talking about.
If I have to save your life, you can't tell a
but you better remember it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But this is not a life and death situation. It's relationship, and as you know, relationship, as it grow, we need, to love and respect each other. We need to, give each other, as I say, a little space whenever, and continue to grow. And if it's a case where you're not seeing growth, if you're not having, if you don't have someone who basically, sharing with you, share your grief, share your, whenever you're emotional, them can't be a shoulder. It don't really make sense. You understand? Yeah, man. So just like we, love and respect a woman and, share them emotion, we expect them to do the same for us. You understand? And as my brother, man. As Knatch say, for the ones who do that, we give thanks. You understand? Continue to do what you're doing, be an example, and surround yourself with positive energy, positive people. You understand? People who can influence you.
I have a separate question
Good.
for Mr.
Yeah.
I have a totally different question for him.
Yeah.
Do you think it is because of this whole macho behavior why some of the partners, some women, don't necessarily, they don't necessarily help you in your emotional state. They don't really, well, you're not expressing your emotion, but they don't really come and play with you, cuddle you particularly because you behave like you're all macho. You don't need that and so forth. You just want to come in, be the breadwinner, and as you said before, be the leader, because being a leader don't necessarily mean that you are a lover. Yeah. To me, I being a leader don't necessarily, being a leader to me, what I was hearing from you is that you come in, you take care of the bills, you ensure that your family is all right, they're protected in a particular way, but that whole lovey-dovey emotional side of it, you don't really express it, so they can't really respond to you in a particular way. They can't relate to you rather in a particular way. They don't know that you need that kind of love because you're going all macho and things that will just love you. What do you think?
Not necessarily.
No, you could answer too, but
Not
him
necessarily.
defending it because I mentioned something that he said, so make him talk. Yes, I
Not
know.
necessarily, the thing about it, a true leader need an empress, a real empress by them side. You understand? Things that we can't see and hear sometimes. It takes a woman.
But what
to
about
see
the
that.
romantic
You
side?
understand?
That's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
in terms of the romantic side, it was said that in order for you to excel, in order for you to
What you might write one song in your mind, Papa question. One talk.
no. A real man can't live without a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A real man can't live without a woman. And the artist, what's the name of the artist? Said it? Warrior King said it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Without a woman's love, remember it was said and done from creation,
Right.
that woman
Yes, make him preach.
was made for man. You understand?
Pastor.
Yeah. So therefore, we need the love. They we need the attention, just like you guys need the attention also too. So that's all we
We
have to
love
say.
it bad.
Yeah, man.
We love it bad, but at the same time, I understand.
Just a minute.
Go ahead, sir.
I overheard early on that Syte.
People business in my company.
Well, I know. I overheard that early on that Syte tell you that when it comes on to the ladies, them, me are the one who deal with them in the group. I am the one who sing to them.
Yes.
No, Imar Shephard don't sing what him don't live. You understand? So you see, like all the song finally found.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hero. Understand?
Yes.
Me sing what me live. I live
Awesome.
what me sing.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, boss. I'm our Shepherd. All right. So yeah, Syte. You remember the question?
Yeah. All right. Well, before we even touch on that part,
No problem.
the song Finally Found was a song that we write especially for the ladies who a lot of times will feel unappreciated. We wrote that song for the regular day-to-day ladies to know that you don't have to go out there and be all X-rated to be appreciated and be seen. So yeah, we wrote that song Finally Found mainly, for the regular ladies. Now, in terms of a true leader is someone who is able to follow, and so even if there are times when and situations where you would have to lead, and then there are times when you would have to let your lady leads. Respect and understanding is another key factor. You see the mental connection, Jillian, the mental connection is much more powerful than some people know. And when you meet someone who you have that mental connection with, there is no fear, there is no hesitancy in showing emotions, no matter what type of emotions. There is no hesitancy because it's like you know that person have your back. You know that that person is the person that you can go to with just about anything or with just about any situation. So she would be like your rock, you know, and I have no problem with that. I have no problem showing emotions, and
But someone want to see my ball. Let's see, wife, me have a beg a video and send it to me. We'll see him. Wifey,
No.
me a friend from tonight.
No.
We're gonna video him and send the video to me. Come here, put it on Instagram. Instant. Please do it, my baby girl.
no,
All right?
she knows that I'm and it yeah, that's my daughter, and it doesn't have to be like in an intimate setting that I cry. She knows I will be watching something on television and it touches me and I cry. I will hear a story. Yeah, I will hear a story and it all right, you hear she's mentioning the show. Yeah. Yeah. I have no problem with that, you know.
All right, so I have two more songs to take from you guys. I know that Knatch Rychus has a love song. Syte, you also have a love song, and I want to hear them before we end the show. Remember, guys, we go on to 8 o'clock. But let me just quickly wrap this up. It says, men don't know what women want. Do you?
To be honest, we know some. We can't know all, and sometimes these women don't even know what they want.
Stick a pin. All right, so it says, but here's the thing. Nobody knows what anybody wants unless they get told directly.
Yeah.
So when people look at you and say, you yourself don't even know what you want, you can say the same to them.
Yeah.
All right, so like anyone else, men are not mind readers. If you don't tell someone what you want, how can you expect them to know? I mean, like you're in a relationship for some years and these persons believe that by now you're supposed to know what I want. By now you're supposed to know who I be. No, you got to communicate because really goals change in relationships over time. Persons change in relationships over time. So the expectations also change. So if you feel like your partner is not meeting your needs or giving you the things you want in a relationship, talk to him about it. It's very well possible that he doesn't know what your expectations or desires are, and a conversation about it can make all the difference. Don't expect him to just know. All right, the male brain is not a mystery. Duh. Just because I say I want to know how men think. All right. So understanding men is not about reading up everything there is to know about male psychology. I would never do that. Because at the end of the day, your man is different from other men. Even general trends in male behavior are just trends, and there will always be outliers. If you want to know what a man wants in a relationship, just ask him. All right? Glasses are run off on my face and thing. In general, though, just remember, men are just like any other human being. They want to be complimented, taken care of, challenged, listened to, and loved just like the rest of us.
True.
Right. So, yeah. If you want to know, just ask how men think. Just ask them. What do you want us to know about you guys?
All right.
Syte, starting with you.
Yeah, Syte. All right. For me, you see, respect. I'm very, very big on respect. Yeah. And that goes both ways. I need someone who I know I can always rely on. I can always talk to. Because sometimes, a lot of times, all we need sometimes is just an ear to listen. Because sometimes we partially know the answer to certain things. We just want a second opinion from a trusted person who we know of our backs. So you see, support, respect, trust, for me, that's it. A good support system, along with the other stuff and understanding.
What is the other stuff? Sex?
That goes without saying. No, the other stuff that I said before, like respect and trust and
so why are you walking
support.
around that?
No, that goes without saying.
Ouch.
that goes without saying.
All right, so Imar, what do you want us ladies to know about you? Yeah,
Well,
especially that significant other.
Sure.
Aye.
You hear that? Well, I want love, and a lot of people have a tendency to narrow down the word love. You understand? Thing about it, as you know, love is understanding, love is respect, love is trust. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I need somebody who I can connect to spiritually. You understand? Physically too. Because we love that look of something there too. You know what I mean? We can't do without it. So therefore, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So therefore, it comes down to one thing, man. Just love.
Yes.
Love, respect, and understanding.
Knatch?
Yeah.
Knatch Rychus.
Finally found
Ouch!
the woman of my dreams.
And she can't sing to you,
Well,
see?
yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, in general, man just want a person who understand them. A person who is compassionate. And me personally, I just want a person who can be a friend. Who knows when to and when not to. And I mean, so overall, I just want somebody who is nice and they're always there for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Just before we go into the concert section that will take us out for this evening's program, Love Stories, we're talking about how men think. We've been talking about some of the things that you have experienced, and the wives are listening. Some of the responses are not necessarily personal because we're talking general. Let's talk about some of the things, and this is going to be personal now.
Okay.
Some of the things that you really love, the things that really excite you, from an individual perspective. What do you love to do? When you go on a date, what do you want to
I love
to
the
do?
ending part of the date mostly. Because
So we can't want some hold on there, Knatch Rychus. Take your time.
I do love the ending part of the date mostly, but you see, you set me up now. You see, you're setting me up now. All right, but I mean, really and truly, the little things, because sometimes it's not the big things that really matters. It's the small things, and I really love when my partner really do see the little things, the effort that is put into action that I'm doing to make her happy or to make the relationship work. So the small things, really.
The small
for me,
things.
yeah.
I always say some persons, you may not be able to buy a bottle of wine or whatever. You may not be able to go, just spread one towel in the house and get some ice water and just chill. Rub the feet, rub the neck, play another hair, and then something there. So, Imar, why you pass up? Oh, saving the best for last. Go on, yeah, I say.
For me, you see, I love to make my significant other happy. I love to make her smile. And the little things that I look for, one of the stuff that I look for, you see, when a woman is confident in herself, that's the physicality is a must, because there must be something that catches your eye. But when a woman is confident, I love that. I love a confident woman because she's assured of herself. And when I'm a very observant person, so I will see things and I don't have to guess if she would like this or if she won't, because I'm going to see that coming out in her actions. So I love that. And then it makes it easier for me because, you know, I know the little things to do that will surprise her, that would make her smile, and the little things that she would appreciate. And just like my brother said, it's the little things that counts. And remember, the house is built with 1-1 brick or 1-1 block. So just the little things, you know, and the effort just shows that you appreciate that, and we're good.
Imar Shephard.
Sure. Well, Knatch and Iysh Syte said it all.
No. Hold on now. They were talking about their individual.
but just to say, just to add a little to it, I definitely love a good atmosphere. You know, I like when me and my empress can go out and have a great time, you know, and as naturally, I love the end part too. I can't go on the end part. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, besides that, yeah.
I saw.
Yeah, I love a
Don't
strong.
we all though? But we're not talking about the end part.
Yeah, but definitely love a strong woman. Yeah.
Hold on there.
At the strong point, that's still. Yeah. Yes, yeah. That's a strong point. Yeah. I definitely love a strong woman. You know, I love when a woman strong enough that them can, you know, represent, them can go out and represent, and you know.
Oh my God, we have 10
understanding.
minutes to go, and I wanted to have a concert. Guess what happened? We're going to be doing some form of a medley real quickly because I want to hear the love song from Knatch and one from Iysh. What's the song?
Yeah. So
I didn't.
as
Quickly.
I'm gonna introduce to you Knatch Rychus and Iysh Syte. Medley style.
You don't want to do anything. So you don't do anything. Where's the guitar, brother?
So the name of your song is?
Yeah, the name of my song is called Hang On.
Hang On.
Yeah.
Knatch Rychus.
Yeah.
Your song?
Oh, my song is called When You Love.
When You Love, Iysh Syte, Hang On, Knatch Rychus. So we're going to be doing it now to take us out for this evening's love story. I want to say thanks to all the persons who are in tune to love stories. We're really having a good time. I would really want to shout out and big up all the persons who I see commenting online. Don't know if we would be spared a few minutes by these wonderful, talented, gifted artists in the house. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Ready?
No. Ready? So I beg you for one land and do not lose faith. Baby, young and girl, do not lose faith. Things kinda hard, no food, no day yard, but remember say things soon change. Man, I beg you for young and do not lose faith. Baby, one land, girl, do not lose faith. Things kinda hard, no food, no day yard, but remember say things soon change. Well, what you know? Time's tough on it to catch up on me. But baby, me beg you, do not give up on me. The pressures of life, it's evidently, and the cards we fight, girl, innocently. To the power of the Most High, we are gonna break through. Strength and quality make me rate you. Real to the core, girl, you ever stay true. Black woman, me appreciate you. Me I beg you for hold on and do not lose faith. Baby, hang on, girl, do not lose faith. You want to touch the brother?
Blessings. And Julia, this one that I'm about to do is called When You Love, and it's a Kambusta 7 Figures Productions. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't know that one could feel so much joy when you love. I did not know that one could feel so much for one kisses and one's hugs. I did not know that one could feel so much joy when you love. I did not know that one could feel so much for one kisses and hugs. Now me say after 7 years, now you say one more time. Whoa,
Whoa, whoa. I did not know that one could feel so much joy when you love. I did not know that one could feel so much for one kisses and one's hug. I did not know that one could feel so much joy when you love. I did not know that one could feel so much for one kisses and hug. No, me say after many years, no, me say here we go again. This time I am hoping we'll be more than just a friend. I reach out to the Most High, ask him to send a gem. You is what the Most High recommend. Sorry that I have you waiting oh so many times. I didn't stop to come and read between the lines. Girl, you're so precious and so kind, specially designed. Inspire me if you scribble them your line. I did not know that one could feel so much joy when you love.
Oh my God. You know what? We're going to have a part 2 because I really wanted a concert, but we had to chat the things, right? So, oh my God. So quickly, tell us where our listeners can engage with you guys online.
All right. Now, the main book is KRISIS Music, and that's on all the social media platforms. And the KRISIS is spelled KRISIS. And then individually, you have Syte Music on all platforms. Syte on Facebook, IG, Syte at gmail.com, Syte on YouTube, you know?
Yeah, you can find Imar Shephard on Facebook, Instagram. Yeah. And the places that you can find the music is on Spotify, CD Baby, Amazon, Bandcamp, just Google Imar Shephard, Google the KRISIS, and you will find we're there. Yeah.
Well, for Knatch Rychus, it's KNATCH RYCHUS, and that's on all socials, IG, FB, YouTube. What on YouTube? Just add a little Vivo for me, no, please. Knatch Rychus Vivo. So it's Knatch Rychus Vivo on YouTube. Thank you very much.
All right. So I want to say thanks to we're kind of out of time. Somebody wanted to give somebody something?
Yeah, I just want to add a little surprise. For anyone who is listening to the love stories, and I'm gonna give one lucky couple a chance to have KRISIS come and sing for them at their wedding. So Julia, you throw out a question, or over the next program, you throw out the questions, and then, after they win, you contact KRISIS.
Oh, isn't that just lovely? I'm gonna ball. Oh, so next week, guys, I'm gonna ask a question. It's gonna be about KRISIS. So go do your research about KRISIS music, and of course, the winner will, and it has to be at a wedding, or an anniversary, or an engagement party. All right, so we're working it. Thanks, Syte, for that. All right, I want to say thanks to Syte, thanks to Imar Shephard, thanks to Knatch Rychus, thanks to KRISIS for, being here with me this evening, rapping about how men think and feel. It's all about love stories, so we have to have the men in the mix. And this is the first time I'm having all men up in here. I've never had all women. So, ladies, don't worry, your time is coming. It has always been about couples, or it has always been about a relationship advisor. But I'm so happy that this evening I had KRISIS in with me, because trust me, it was very, very good for me. I learned a whole lot, but most important, the music. Oh, that's what I wanted. But I do hope you all learned something, my listeners, and I do hope that you enjoyed our time here from 6 on to 8 o'clock. We gotta go now, but remember to follow Queen G at Gillian Lamond on Instagram, at Love Stories Queen G on Facebook, and remember to follow Fit FM on all social platforms and subscribe to our YouTube as well. So you just type in Fit FM 96.7 and you'll find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and wherever on Twitter as well, right? So until next week, Thursday, this is Queen G saying, remember, just love, just give of yourself, be yourself, and big up Kevin. All right, big up Kevin, big up yourself. Kevin, you get big up already, you know. Oh, he's a native of Trelawney. And he's the reason all this is happening. Kevin Hill. Big up yourself, Kevin. All right. So we're going to be doing a part 2 some weeks to come. Don't know yet when, but definitely. And go look out for the music from KRISIS. All right. Big up yourself. I want to say thanks to my producer, Julia. Wow, what a woman. All right. So make sure you tune in to Fit FM 96.7 right throughout the week. We are a station of healing. Remember that. Finally found. Take us out with that, Julia. Love you guys. Mwah.
We've got love and affection. I just love the chemistry. I love the way you give me hope like no one has ever did. Thank the Lord for this harmony and beautiful soul He blessed me with. Finally found